What's up, guys? New video blog. How flexible dieting has changed my life. Yesterday we had a bunch of clients compete, and a lot of them have expressed to me afterwards how they don't even feel like binging. They're back on their diet today, quote unquote diet. They feel normal. They didn't feel deprived, and they felt like this was the best show contest prep they've ever done. In the sense that they didn't feel like they had to suffer or struggle as much as previous times, and don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. Dieting is dieting. You must be in a negative energy balance while you're dieting, which means you're going to consume less calories than you're burning, which means it sucks. It's not always going to be fun, you're eating less than you're burning, regardless, any which way you slice it or dice it, you're eating less than you're burning, you're dieting, so it's not going to be the greatest. But the difference is, while you're dieting, are you eating the same thing 10 times a day? Are you eating fish 6 times a day? Are you eating, only brown rice? Are you eating only sweet potato as your carb sources or oatmeal because that's what's entailed and enlisted on your program? Or did you have the flexibility, which is where the term flexible dieting comes from? People look at this term flexible dieting and they get mad about it, as if it's, the word flexibility, has some negative connotations attached to it. Flexibility. Who doesn't want flexibility in their lives? People are definitely scared to try it, and I don't blame them. I was one of those people. A lot of my clients were one of those people, and that's why I'm making this video, to let you guys know that, we all had this fear to start, flexible dieting and, to incorporate different foods in our diet, because, it's always been told that that's wrong, I'm not one of those people that eats junk while I'm dieting, ever. I don't, unless it's on my refeed day, I'm going to have, a lot higher carbs, then I'm going to start to incorporate junk foods. But typically, I'm eating the same types of healthy food over and over at my discretion, at my convenience, when I choose to eat certain foods. So as an example, today I woke up, I had oatmeal with peanut butter with egg whites. I account for all the macros with ketchup. I put blueberries in the oats. I account for that. The next meal I had chicken with sweet potato. I prefer to eat that. I don't like rice. I like sweet potato, but that was my choice to have that. I could have had a banana. I could have had other carb sources. I could have had bread. And some days I do, but that's what I had today. I also had protein waffles with fruits on it, with bananas, with protein powder, with egg whites, with oats. These are different things that I account for, but I chose to have them. And that's why I decided to make this video, because we had a lot of clients compete and do very well yesterday, and they were all astonished on how little they felt like binging afterwards. They're so used to wanting foods, and it's almost like a natural reaction or a natural occurrence that you want to eat foods, and they realize they didn't even really want any food because they never actually limited themselves while they're dieting until about the last week or so. When the calories get lower, it's harder to get more flexible with the dieting, but you find a way to make it work, and you choose different foods, but you always have the freedom and the flexibility, which makes it enjoyable, for one. It makes it less monotonous. It makes it less draining. It makes it less, restrictive, and makes you feel less deprived. So you're not, just waiting for that show to be over. You're actually looking forward to the show. You're not waiting for it to finish so you could stuff brownies and donuts down your throat, foods that you haven't had for 3-4 months. So something to consider, guys. I'm also having a flexible dieting fat loss seminar on May 17th in the Greater Toronto area. I'm going to put the details below in the link. If you're able to make it, we sold out in 24 hours. I'm opening up even more slots, so maybe 10 or 15 more slots. The first 10 or 15 people to sign up, May 17th from noon to 3 at Grunt Performance. Come on down, guys. We're going to teach you all about flexible dieting, body composition, burning fat, and how we utilize that, even with IFBB pros clients, even with, national level clients, even with average Joe, mom, dad, whoever it may be. So check it out in the description. Start to utilize it, guys. It's not that hard. I have a book on flexible dieting as well, that it's not too long, it's not too hard of a read, so a lot of you guys could get into it and not feel scared. If my competitors are doing it and they're competing at elite levels, and so can you, whether you compete or not. As always, like the video, share, tell me what you want to see. Peace.